warmly await your arrival. Your order, however, does not. Let's put it all on the table. It's easy to pre-make things to save time, but we believe in hand-cracking eggs, whisking them till they're light and fluffy, and bringing them to your table hot, fresh, and delicious. Don't miss our new 3-egg 5-star omelets. Starting at just $6.99, they're prepared anytime, just for you. Perkins, putting it all on the table.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. You know our government borrows 38 cents on every dollar it spends. We have more debt to our economy than all but 3 European countries. This is not just an economic crisis, it's a moral crisis. The path the politicians gave us is destroying our children's future. I'm Eric Hovde. That's why I'm running for the U.S. Senate. Let's stop this insanity while we still can.
Culligan's drinking water system uses 4 filters to turn ordinary tap water into great tasting bottle quality water for just pennies a glass, and you never run out. For this special offer, call and say, "Hey, Culligan man."
Why pay new car prices when you can buy a similar model from the Auto House that comes with an Auto House lifetime warranty for thousands of dollars less? That's what you can expect from me at the Auto House on Veldt. Let me be your car dealer for life. Check me out at autohouseonveldt.com.
Bill Jarks, Cammie Rapson, and the people of Action 2 News at 10, getting answers for you. Live coverage of breaking news, plus an accurate hour-by-hour forecast to help plan the day ahead. Action 2 News HD at 10. Coverage you can count on. Men's wardrobes provided by Bill Paul Limited. Clothing and sportswear to fit your lifestyle. Women's wardrobes courtesy of the Bill Paul Limited Women's Boutique, downtown Neenah. Maternity clothing courtesy of Belly Beans, downtown Appleton. Draft 2012, Wednesday, April 25th on TV2.
Good morning, America, and breaking news. A massive earthquake rocks the entire Pacific Rim. Fierce shaking lasting almost 4 minutes in some places, triggering widespread panic, people racing to higher ground. Now a tsunami watch for the entire Indian Ocean. We're tracking the latest from the quake zone.
Also breaking overnight, American fighter planes intercepted Korean Airlines jumbo jet off the Canadian coast after a bomb threat forced an emergency landing. How hair-trigger tensions with North Korea have the Pentagon on high alert.
Hand hazard? Is the polish you're putting on your nails really safe, or putting you at risk for major health problems? The new report with warnings on a toxic trio that is raising eyebrows this morning.
And a ballroom stunner. Last night, as Sherri Shepherd says an emotional goodbye to Dancing with the Stars.
Thank you for letting me live a dream.
Even the judges were crying. She and partner Val join us live right here in Times Square just hours after her dramatic loss.
From ABC News, live in Times Square, Wednesday, April 11, 2012. This is Good Morning America with Robin Roberts and George Stephanopoulos.
Good morning, everyone. We want to get to those breaking stories right away. Lots of new information and pictures coming in from the Indian Ocean. 8.6 magnitude quake. You see people out on the streets right there. It was a big one. The buildings were shaking. Patients had to leave hospitals. The IV still in their arms right there. Power was cut in some places as well.
And of course, a tsunami watch right now for the entire Indian Ocean. Sam tracking all, and we'll have the latest for us coming up. Plus, we're going to get the latest in that fright in midair. Fighter jets racing into the air after a bomb threat on a Korean jet. So a lot to get to this morning.
Yeah, there's a lot of tension there because of that North Korean ballistic missile test. But let's get to Sam on this tsunami, on this earthquake. Tsunami watch right now. No wave yet, but another aftershock.
Yeah, and George, this is all happening right now this morning. So, I mean, as you are tuning into us, we're just now getting this information in. A couple hours ago, the initial quake, first thought to be an 8.9, then dropped down to an 8.6. Now we have reports of an aftershock that would be an 8.8. And remember, these numbers are often adjusted because they get the initial readings, then they get in and they look at it. Now, so 2 separate things going on, the earthquake and then the aftershock, and now we actually have to talk about the fear of a tsunami because there are, and were immediately tsunami watches, warnings, and advisories put out by the Pacific Tsunami Center. Now, a buoy that was located in that area did see a little sea level rise. There has not been an initial impact of a tsunami anywhere, and that's because the USGS says at first, this first earthquake was more of a horizontal slide, and it makes makes total sense because the other kind, that vertical slap, if you put your hand in a bathtub and you slide it sideways, you just don't move the water very much. If you push it like this, that vertical way, then you're going to create a wave even in the tub, and that's exactly the same thing that happens with the tsunami. So they immediately took everybody off the coastline in the areas that were affected. They put out a tsunami watch and warning for about 28 countries right now across the entire Indian Ocean, and we'll just have to watch and wait and see exactly what happens.
That watch goes all the way from South Africa up to India and Iran, all across Indonesia. It's been extended for another couple of hours, and even though we've been used to these earthquakes, Sam, these numbers are big, both above 8.
This will, if you look at the entire list of the worst earthquakes and you run them down in line, the 5 of the worst earthquakes since 1900 have happened in the last 10 years. This one will rank at about 8 or 9 of that on that list.
Okay, well, you'll be tracking it. Thanks very much. Let's get to Josh with the other news.
Yeah, we're going to get to that scare in the skies over the Pacific Northwest. U.S. fighter jets scrambled to meet a Korean Airlines Boeing 777, which had just taken off from Vancouver, and escort it to a Canadian base on Vancouver Island after a bomb threat was reported. It comes just as we get word of an escalation this morning in the nuclear standoff with North Korea. ABC's Martha Raddatz joins us now with the very latest. And good morning to you, Martha.
Good morning, Josh. First to that commercial jet, a plane packed full of passengers who thought they were headed for Seoul, South Korea. Instead, 2 U.S. fighter jets appear and escort them to that military base in Canada. The precaution was taken after a call claiming explosives were on board. Nothing was found. But this is a tense time. Korean Airlines is one of several airlines that travel to Asia, which are changing their flight paths to avoid a long-range rocket that North Korea is launching in the next few days. In fact, just this morning, the North Koreans began pumping fuel into the rocket. The North Koreans say the rocket is putting a satellite into space, but the U.S. and others don't believe it and are calling it a provocation and violation of resolutions prohibiting nuclear and ballistic missile activity. But North Korea, Josh, is not backing down.
And we will keep our eye on that. Martha Raddatz, thank you. Meanwhile, Wall Street begins the morning on the worst losing streak of the year. The Dow dropping 213 points Tuesday. It's now down 500 in the last 5 days. Much of the concern stemming from the continuing European debt crisis, but an encouraging profit report from blue chip Alcoa could turn things around today. Meantime, the world's most valuable company is now worth even more. The market value of Apple has surpassed $600 billion for the first time, edging closer to the record set by Microsoft in 1999. And a high-profile college football coach is out of a job after admitting his affair with a former athlete and team aide. The University of Arkansas has fired head coach Bobby Petrino after learning that Petrino hired his mistress to join the athletic department. No one knew about his affair with the 25-year-old former volleyball player Jessica Durrell until they were in a motorcycle accident, after which Petrino tried to cover up that Durrell had been on the back of his bike. The married father of 4 has since apologized. And a dramatic scene on the Los Angeles freeway, police ending a chase with a hit-and-run suspect, but that suspect would not surrender, so they had to fire, as you see there, beanbag rounds at him. Now he goes down, but then look, he's back up and looking for more, and that's what he found. They fired again, and that was enough. Still, it took 5 officers just to drag him to the police car. And finally, one more reason not to text while walking. Bears. Take a look. This one roaming around a Southern California neighborhood of Montrose, California. A man almost crossing his path. Runs away. Keep your head up. Montrose, California. By the way, Uncle Paul, Aunt Terry, I hope you two are all right. I can absolutely assure you, they do not see bears down the street in the neighborhood. Obviously, they did get the bear safely back to the woods. Yes.
I think I had to be I'm going to bed early tomorrow night.
Seriously.
Right there, John. Wow. Thank you. Now to the dramatic twist in the Trayvon Martin case. And the big question, where is George Zimmerman? His attorneys announcing they are withdrawing as his counsel. ABC's Matt Gutman is in Sanford, Florida with the latest developments here, and they are fast-moving. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Robin. That's right. It was a highly unusual press conference in which his own now ex-attorneys publicly questioned George Zimmerman's sanity, saying he'd gone AWOL and leaving him without an attorney, just as the special prosecutor hinted she could press charges within days.
Overnight, Angela Corey, the special prosecutor investigating Trayvon Martin's death, made a surprise announcement she will hold a press conference within the next 72 hours to release new information in the case, saying media coverage would be limited due to safety concerns. Meantime, this morning, it appears George Zimmerman's defense is in disarray. His whereabouts are unknown, and his now former attorneys are befuddled.
He's not returning my messages, he's not returning my texts, and he's not returning my emails. He won't even give me a collect call.
In a hastily scheduled press conference of their own Tuesday, George Zimmerman's attorney said they're quitting, saying they haven't heard from their client since Sunday and that he may have tried to cooperate with the prosecutor.
We were a bit astonished. We heard today that George had contacted the prosecutor's office directly. One of the things every defense attorney tells his client is, don't talk to the prosecutors, don't talk to the cops, frankly, don't talk to anybody.
The attorneys say they have never met George Zimmerman in person and now fear he may have come unhinged, suffering from post-traumatic stress from the shooting.
I think at different points he's been alone. I can't speak as to the last couple of days.
He's at least emotionally alone, and you might even say emotionally crippled by virtue of the pressure of this case.
Over the past 36 hours, Zimmerman has set up this website featuring a PayPal link for donations, reached out to an old friend, and apparently even called Fox News host Sean Hannity.
He reached out to me, we spoke on the phone about his case, and I agreed not to report on the contents of that conversation.
And Robin, as you just mentioned, the biggest question, where is George Zimmerman? Yesterday, for the first time, we learned that he's far, far away from Florida. And even investigators close to the case say they don't know his exact location, which could complicate an arrest if charges are filed. Robin.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. Going to bring in GMA legal analyst Dan Abrams now. That press conference by the now former attorneys, bizarre.
I've never seen anything like it. I mean, it was really about them rather than about George Zimmerman. I mean, why did they need to hold a press conference to come out and announce, not only are we not representing, sure, you want to call the prosecutor and say, hey, look, by the way, we haven't been able to get in touch with our clients, so we may not be the right people to call, we may not be representing him anymore. Fair enough. But to go out there and effectively throw their client under the bus and say, in effect, we think he might be a flight risk. I mean, there were all sorts of problems with that press conference if you're looking at it from George Zimmerman's perspective.
And they have said they have never met face-to-face with him.
Yeah, which is unusual. It's not totally unheard of, but it's pretty unusual for lawyers to say we've never actually met our client face-to-face, particularly in a case like this where there wasn't any real reason for them not to have met him. Meaning, I can understand them saying that he's got security issues, etc., so they'd have to go to him. But the fact that they had never spoken to him is certainly odd.
Right, because they claim the injuries that he had, but now they admit that they never saw him, so how do they know?
That's right. And so look, but they were advocates. I mean, they are advocates advocating his position. I wouldn't take what they say necessarily as gospel.
And now the news conference that could happen at any moment with the special prosecutor. What do you think is going to happen there?
Yeah, Angela Corey announcing that within 72 hours she's going to have some sort of announcement. If you are a supporter of George Zimmerman, you've got to be nervous. You have got to be very concerned about the fact that A, she's coming out and making this announcement, but B, coming on the heels of the bizarro press conference we just heard from the attorneys, because she may be worried. Meaning she may say, look, I don't now have counsel to assure me I'll be able to find George Zimmerman. That's the way it works. Meaning the prosecutor will call the defense attorney and say, counsel, want to let you know your client's going to be arrested. The attorney will say, okay, I'll make sure that we can do this in an orderly fashion. If she doesn't have anyone to contact now, that could be one of the reasons she wants to announce it.
And as his former lawyer said, he reached out to her and tried to contact her.
Yeah, which that is bizarre. I mean, it's not as unusual that he reached out to Sean Hannity, because I've talked to many prospective defendants, etc. But to reach out to the special prosecutor, you can understand why the lawyers are concerned. They just didn't need to air it out on public, on television.
Like that. All right, Dan. Thank you.
Okay.
I know. Stay tuned.
Okay, now to that big news in the race for the White House. With Rick Santorum's surprise decision yesterday to end his campaign, the path is now clear for Mitt Romney, setting up the big race with Barack Obama. It's your voice, your vote. And ABC's Jake Tapper is here now with more on the battle plans of the two campaigns. It is on, Jake, right now. And we saw Mitt Romney last night wasting absolutely no time. In our poll yesterday shows he's got a huge gap with women, well behind President Obama with women voters, and he struck right at it yesterday evening.
The other day, there's been some talk about a war on women. The real war on women has been waged by the Obama administration's failure on the economy.
A little jiu-jitsu there. He takes what is one of his biggest weaknesses and tries to turn it to one of the president's biggest weaknesses.
That's right, George. You're going to hear from the Romney campaign a lot of this, trying to turn the war on women on its head. Mitt Romney later today will be at a business owned by a woman in Connecticut talking about how the vast majority of those who have lost their jobs during the Obama administration have been women. If you look at what Romney and Obama are doing today, you will see the path to the entire general election. Romney hitting the issue, disappointed in Obama, disappointed in his economic failures. And then, of course, President Obama today will be talking about Mitt Romney and the Buffett rule to require those millionaires to pay their fair share, in his view, in taxes.
They say Mitt Romney's 14% tax rate, not close to what people of that wealth should be paying right now. But we also see Mitt Romney ahead on the economy versus President Obama, but the Obama campaign believes that he's not the right messenger to prosecute that attack.
That's right. They're going to cast him as a multi-millionaire robber baron of some sort, and they'll have an event today at the White House with millionaires and their secretaries pushing for a higher rate of taxation. They look at Romney with disdain, the Obama administration, and they think that he is the exact wrong messenger for any message on the economy. This is going to be a vicious battle, George, between the message of disappointment from Romney and the message of disdain from Obama.
And we got close to 200 days to go. Jake Tapper, thanks very much.
And you're counting, aren't you, George? All right, we're going to really switch gears now to a major consumer alert about nail polish and new questions about what exactly is on your hands. A government report saying that some polishes that claim to be toxin-free are not. ABC's Abby Boudreau has the story.
A beauty industry secret now exposed. Regulators in California discovered a number of nail polishes commonly found in salons have high levels of chemicals linked to birth defects, asthma, and other chronic health conditions, even though some manufacturer warning labels claim the nail polish is toxin-free. At risk, frequent salon goers and staff working with these products.
Part of the potential risk is how much exposure you get. Those are the people that we're most concerned with.
Investigators randomly chose 25 brands of polishes, many of them claiming to be free of the so-called toxic trio. Chemicals known as toluene, dibutylfolate, or DBP, and formaldehyde. 10 of 12 products that stated they were free of toluene actually contained it, with 4 of the products having dangerously high levels. But members of the nail polish manufacturing industry say the report paints an incomplete picture.
They tested a few local brands, small companies. What the study really shows is that these ingredients have been removed from nail polish for the most part, and consumers can feel comfortable and safe.
I had major reactions from using
Jenna Hipp says nail polish has given her nosebleeds and rashes. While she doesn't know if the so-called toxic trio was in brands she's used, she's taking no more chances, co-creating what she says is a toxin-free nail polish.
You have to ask yourself what ingredients are in these products.
This morning, one company mentioned in the report tells ABC News it's investigating its manufacturing procedures, saying at no time did the company knowingly or willingly mislabel its products. For Good Morning America, Abby Boudreau, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Something to definitely keep in mind. Let's get back now over to Sam.
Hey, good morning, everyone. And there are still some pretty large aftershocks going on in that Indonesian zone for the earthquake, even at this hour, so they continue to watch that. We're going to talk a little bit about these strong severe thunderstorms that are rolling from Denver all the way to El Paso today. These are likely to be kicked off due to that cold front, and there are some tornadoes possible. This is what we didn't want to see. Remember all that warmth that we had in March, and trees started to bloom, and crops, people were putting plants down early? Well, now we've got these freeze warnings and advisory out. This second night in a row that we've been below or right around 20 degrees in some zones for hours, and we're talking about real problems already in Minnesota, also into Michigan with fruit trees and other things like that. So 18 states near or below freezing with this cold shot of air. There's still plenty of warm air into the deep south, but that's exactly what we didn't want to see after that early season warmth. That's the weather around the nation. Your local forecast just 30 seconds away. But first this morning, here's our chilliest cities on the board, and it's all brought to you by Coffee Mate Natural Bliss.
Introducing Coffee Mate Natural Bliss. Made with only milk, cream, a touch of sugar, flavors. Who knew being natural could be so delicious? Coffee Mate Natural Bliss from Nestle. Add your flavor naturally.
Like we've seen the past few mornings, our lows are starting off near freezing. Right now, 33 degrees in Green Bay, 32 in Shawano, Wapaka, and in Oshkosh. And we'll see a somewhat milder day. Will not be as windy either. Still brisk, though, with a high of 50. We'll see sunshine mixing with some scattered clouds. And tonight looks mostly clear. A little frosty late with a low of 30. But your 5-day forecast is frost-free with some milder temperatures. Upper 50s the next couple days with our next rain chance arriving Friday.
All of America's weather coming up in the next half hour. George Rob.
Thank you, Sam. We're going to solve a television mystery now. For a few shows have been around longer than The Simpsons, and for all those 22 years, over 500 episodes, we knew that they lived in Springfield, but we didn't know which Springfield. Until now, ABC's John Berman has the story on Homer's hometown.
One more of the world's great puzzles has just been solved. Who shot JR? Her. Who is Deep Throat?
Your lives are in danger.
Him. And now, where is Springfield, home of The Simpsons? For years, the exact location of Homer, Bart, and Lisa's hometown has been shrouded in mystery.
Springfield.
There have been tantalizing clues.
You can see the 4 states that border Springfield: Ohio, Nevada, Maine, and Kentucky.
Springfields around the country have fought for the honor to be the Simpsons Springfield. In Springfield, Massachusetts, they point to a statue that looks conspicuously like the cartoon town founder, Jebediah Springfield. Springfield, Illinois boasted the former general manager of Springfield's City Water, Light, and Power bears a remarkable likeness to Montgomery Burns.
Excellent.
But now we know the truth. In an interview with Smithsonian Magazine, Simpsons creator Matt Groening is finally coming clean. It is Springfield, Oregon. He says, "When I was a kid, the TV show Father Knows Best took place in the town of Springfield, and I was thrilled because I imagined that it was the town next to Portland, my hometown." In fact, town officials there tell us they've known for years. In 2007, Groening signed a plaque for them. Yoda Springfield, Oregon, the real Springfield.
Now, Groening said he gave deceptive answers for years because he wanted everyone to feel some ownership. And I've always believed, since we're all a little bit dysfunctional and we all like donuts, we all live in Springfield.
I agree.
That's one way of looking at it, John. Thank you. Coming up, Alec Baldwin not backing down. The actor lashing out at his accused stalker. Is he just fueling her obsession?
Plus, he's the man who went wildly viral for this snapshot called ridiculously photogenic. But what does he look like in person? We are going to find out when he joins us live.
Hello? Hi, this is the sea calling. I'm talking to the sea? For real? Yeah.
What?
I want you to close your eyes and imagine a place in the middle of me where the world revolves around you.
Can I go now?
Sure.
Ever wonder what's behind 2 little fleas, the next generation, and then countless more? How do you kill them? Frontline Plus. It uses 2 ingredients, one to kill adult fleas and ticks, plus another to eliminate flea eggs and larvae, annihilating the next generation of fleas. And Frontline Plus works non-stop for 30 days. No wonder it's the #1 choice of vets for their pets and yours. Ask your vet about Frontline Plus. Accept nothing less.
All multivitamins give me the basics. They claim to be complete. Only Centrum goes beyond, providing more than just the essential nutrients. So I'm at my best. Centrum. Always your most complete.
Good grief, Mom. You going to clean that thing or wrestle it?
Well, it's not going to clean itself.
Want me to get that?
No, thank you. Beaver's all I need. Look at that. Still in one piece.
Yeah, so's the towel.
Grab a roll and try it on your toughest mess.
Maybe you can be there, maybe you can't. When you have migraines with 15 or more headache days a month, you miss out on your life. You may have chronic migraine. Go to mychronicmigraine.com to find a headache specialist. And don't live a maybe life.
this dress. That is hideous. It looks like someone threw up on me.
It's the lovely world of bridesmaids.
TLC, say yes to the dress bridesmaids. Check your local listings.
Cranberry juice? Wake up!
That's good morning, veggie style.
For half the calories plus veggie nutrition, could have had a V8.
Irresistibly touchable skin. Hour after hour.
It's like I can feel.
It all starts with new 48-hour Nivea Extended Moisture. Nivea. Touch and be touched. Now bring the world a touch closer. Join our Million Moments of Touch movement and be entered in Nivea's daily date night sweepstakes.
I love that my daughter's part fish. But when she got asthma, all I could do was worry. Specialists, lots of doctors, lots of advice. And my hands were full. I couldn't sort through it all. With United Healthcare, it's different. We have access to great specialists, and our pediatrician gets all the information. Everyone works as a team, and I only need to talk to one person about her care.
We're more than 78,000 people looking out for 70 million Americans. That's health in numbers. United Healthcare.
Ready for a taste of what's hot? Check out the latest collection of snacks from Lean Cuisine. Creamy spinach artichoke dip, crispy garlic chicken spring rolls. They're this season's must-have accessory. Lean Cuisine, speak culinary chic.
The Chevy Cruze Echo also offers 42 mpg on the highway.
Actually, it's Cruise Eco, not Echo.
Just like either. Or either.
Or economical.
Or economical. Potato, potato, huh?
Actually, it's tomato, tomato.
Oh, that's right.
Lee Chevy Cruze for only $159 per month for 24 months. See your Chevy super dealer today.
Furnitureland's employee discount sale is back with great new Amish styles in bedroom and dining and hot new fashions in upholstery. The savings are bigger and better than ever. Plus employee pricing even on American-made name brands like Smith Brothers, England, Von Bassett, and more. Just don't know what to do with your room? Take advantage of our free in-store design service, and delivery is free. Employee discount prices and new styles to choose from. Visit us this week and save. Furnitureland in Pulaski. Real value, real close.
It's Yonkers' biggest sale of the season. April 11th through the 18th. Save 25 to 70% store-wide. And find over 400 bonus buys, like $20 off our entire stock of 9 West, Bandolino, and Anne Klein shoes. Bras from Maidenform Valley and more, $17.97. 40% off drip coffee makers and accessories. And get a free gift with any Estee Lauder purchase of $35 or more. Choose your deluxe skincare. The biggest sale of the season. Shop in-store or online. Yonkers.
Get everything you need for less during the Menards Project Day sale. All Ideal special order garage doors are on sale. 5-star doors feature maintenance-free pre-finished white steel inside and out. A 9x7 is $359. A 16x7 is $599. Finish your project with a Chamberlain garage door opener. This 3/4 horsepower model features MyQ technology, which lets you control your interior and exterior lights. $199 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Good morning. I'm Kevin Rumpa. 3 longtime Green Bay City Council members attending their last City Council meeting last night. Guy Zima, Chris Weir, and Tony Tyson have a combined total of 74 years on the City Council. Tyson did not run for re-election this year.
You can have the courage to be a real leader and stand up for what you think is right, for better, for worse.
For 10 years, had the same routine every day, every week, every month, every year, over and over and over. And to know that it'll be completely different life, yeah, it's strange.
And Zim and Weir say they are proud of what they were able to accomplish. One more celebrity voted off in week 4 of ABC's Dancing with the Stars last night.
The next couple who is safe to dance again is Donald and Vita.
Yep, Donald surviving another week, no doubt about it. And Sherri Shepherd was the celebrity sent home last night. We'll check your weather with Steve when we come back.
I'm living with a bully, but I'm not alone in this. I've got allies to help me face it head on. To get creative, outsmart it, and fight back. To put a stop to this, Cancer is a bully, but I found the latest treatment. A national leader, a champion. I found Green Bay Oncology, and we're not backing down.
All right, live view in Appleton. Skies are sunny. It's 30 degrees with a wind chill of 21. The winds are still a bit brisk out of the north and northwest, around 10 miles an hour. A brisk day, but not as windy as the past few days, and a little bit warmer with a high of 50. We'll see sunshine mixing with a few scattered clouds. Tonight, mostly clear, a little frosty late with lows near freezing, actually 30 in Green Bay. And there's your 5-day forecast with warmer and eventually wetter weather ahead.
It's the Spring Home Improvement Savings Event at Dalton Carpet Outlet. Now's the time to save with store-wide savings on carpet, laminate, and vinyl. Plus, free samples, free in-home measurements, free premium carpet pads, and free financing. Hurry in for selection at Dalton Carpet Outlet.
This Sunday, WGNR Sleep Shop is the place to be because it's our greatest one-day mattress sale of the year with WGNR Factory Direct specials for just $389. Save 15% on America's best brand names, like this Sealy Posturepedic Cushion Firm Queen Set, just $424. Or get the Simmons Beauty Rest for only $636 after your 15% discount. This Sunday only, WGNR Sleep Shop's greatest one-day sale. Sleep better for less.
With Feldco's Buy More, Save More sales event, you can afford so many windows you won't know what to do with them all.
Use your Feldco windows to pamper your pooch. Swing your sweetie. Shoot some hoops. Or even stage a tournament. For a limited time, save up to 40% on professionally installed Feldco replacement windows.
Green Bay, the more you buy, the more you save. So hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
It's Dalton Carpet Outlet Spring Home Improvement Savings Event. This week, get store-wide savings on carpet, laminate, and vinyl, plus free premium carpet pad. Get a head start on spring home improvements this week at
Dalton Carpet